Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Lazy Cat Reactions. This is episode 17 of season 11 of Heartland, titled Doubt. Georgie considers giving up show jumping in the wake of a viral video. Conflict arises between Jack, Tim, and Mitch over a business opportunity. As we saw at the end of the last episode, the video was posted showing Phoenix getting hurt, people leaving some nasty comments, and now, of course, that's going to affect her instead of her just kind of walking it off. And so she's going to consider giving it up. And of course she won't. So my guess is that Dylan's going to talk to her. But I also don't trust Peyton. You know, like, it was kind of nice of Peyton to call, but would she have ever found out about it if Peyton hadn't said anything? She might have. I just feel like Peyton did that deliberately. Maybe she posted it, you know? I don't trust Peyton. I hope I'm wrong. I hope she really is like a good friend of hers, but I don't trust her. And then the three men are going to have conflict over a business opportunity. So they're going to probably, Mitch thanked Jack for getting an equal share in the business. So I'm guessing there's going to be something, maybe Tim does something that Jack and Mitch don't agree with. I don't know. But obviously they'll work it out by the end of the episode. But, Tim won't go easily because Tim doesn't. Anyways, let's get started. Like I said, I love how the show is rated TV-14 for smoking and substances, and I've never seen anyone smoking on the show.
What a beautiful piece of land.
I still can't believe it's actually ours.
I can already picture it. Big yard.
Yeah, maybe they are keeping the house. I don't know.
Nice front porch where we can sit out in the morning and drink our coffee.
Really sounds amazing.
Well, we'll have to do our research, obviously. Figure a few things
Spartan
out.
and Harley.
Oh, come on. We gotta do something with this property.
So she is going to take the property? I thought she was going to stay there with Harley. Didn't he just give it to Lou? Or did he give Lou a different?
It had to be done.
No way.
You should be able to have your own space where people aren't. Because there are times when she, gets frustrated, walks away, she wants to be alone. It's like, okay, so you want to be alone. So you know that you need to have your own time and your own space. So, we'll see.
Thanks for coming, Jack. Well, there's nothing more.
Power struggle.
So I think I read somewhere that you're a fly fisherman. Now and then, kind of seem very good at it. You ever drop a line in the Highwood? It's a great spot. Once.
These are all the jars I could find.
Tim had...
Where's Randy?
I was just playing with Katie.
That's good. Lou, I gotta ask, what's with the sudden urge to can?
No matter who I talk to, I can't get that stupid video taken down, right? That's safe and...
It's like nothing happened between us. If Dylan is a friend, I should be able to hang out. And he was concerned, and he stayed all night. And yes, nothing did happen. There's nothing to tell. Like, you didn't tell me, you said you were hanging out with friends. How do I know that there wasn't stuff like that and not being highfalutin, Highfalutin people tend to look down on people who aren't highfalutin. Of course, I myself look down on highfalutin people because they usually look down on... Do I think Dylan... I don't think Dylan meant for anything to happen. When he showed up to talk to Georgie, he didn't know Wyatt was going to show up. He could have spoken up, though, when Wyatt said something about, being the third wheel. He could have said, hey, dude, look, nothing happened. I do think he was having intentions, and maybe he figured, she'd be with Wyatt and he would like steal her or something. Or maybe he figured he'd back off and let her and Wyatt be the train wreck that they are. Georgie should have stopped him.
I knew building a house would be expensive, but I didn't think it would be this much.
Well, a prefabricated home is only one option.
You have school.
You'd be leaving so many things unfinished here. It would be like running away.
So
And you're good at running
I
away.
can't stay here anymore. I just want to go.
You can. You face the music. What they want is for you to run
Let's
away.
just talk about this in the morning when we're more clear-headed.
Right now she's got to run after Phoenix. At least though he's doing better, possibly healed since he made that jump and didn't have a problem, you know. Of course Lou screws it up. Lou shouldn't have said anything, you know. And the thing is, like, you know, she was saying, well, I can't get them to... It's like, even if you did, Lou, it's already probably been reposted everywhere. As Tim said, once it's on the internet, you know, even if you take something down, it's never truly gone. So, you know, you can delete something, but that doesn't mean that it's not still saved in a server, even on that site. You know, it might end up going and being archived, and you never know. Maybe sometime in the future that archive comes back. You don't know.
Never happens when you think about making money. Buying your first home or building a home. No, those are the most important things in the world. Thanks.
That's what they say when you're like on your deathbed, no one says, boy, I wish I'd made more money. And so she's gonna do it again. She's not completely giving up. Come on, Phoenix. Good boy. I said not to trust Peyton. I knew that. But, you know, the thing is, it's like, why would she pretend to be her friend and then post that? Was she jealous of Georgie? Does she really kind of look down on her? And, you know, it's funny how she comes out of that store and she's like, what, you follow me? Instead of being like the way a friend would be. I mean, if she was truly innocent, if Georgie had said something to her and it was truly, you know, a misunderstanding and innocent, there would have been no hard feelings, you know. She would have come out and Georgie would have said, hey, and she would have been like, hey, how's it going? What you doing here? You know, because it would have been totally innocent. But Peyton's behavior there was kind of proof. And, you know, Tim is right, you know, there's that expression about when you're dying, you don't think about, oh, I wish I'd made more money. You know, you think about, I wish I'd spent more time with my family. Because he's right, you can't get that time back. But yeah, when you're young, you do. You think about making money because you want to be able to have a good life. And there is nothing wrong with that. You know, you want to be able to have a house because when you're doing that, you're still building memories. And even though later when you're dying, you might think to yourself, you know, I wish I'd spend more time with my family. You might also think, but I built memories while building the house because we built something spectacular. So I can kind of see that as a 6-to-1, half dozen the other. You know, it's kind of either way works, I think. And again, you know, they're making memories, and you know, they get a house built, which obviously is not going to happen. But they get a house built, and then they move in, and you know, Ty makes enough money, Amy makes enough money that maybe they can retire early, and then they do have more time for each other. You know? I mean, you know, I love the time that I get to spend with my husband. He actually has a week off coming up, at least at the time of recording. and I'm looking forward to him being home. We once took a vacation to Ireland, and I think we were together pretty much nonstop for like 9 days. And I loved that we were basically together the whole time. And we didn't fight. And that was the true test to see if we were good to be together. But at the same time, it's like, even though I love being with them and spending time with them, I do also like some alone time, like right now he's at work and it's perfect because while he's at work, I work. So, because I feel like I don't want to work when he's home. During the fall, I work at a Halloween store, although by the time this airs, I may or may not still be working for them, but at least prior to this year, I worked at Halloween store. I worked at Halloween Express, and then I moved to Spirit Halloween. And, a lot of times I would work an evening shift, and that could be 4 to 9, 4 to 11, just whatever. And of course, he's home, and because he gets off at work at 4. Granted, he might have stuff to do, like going to the gym or whatnot. But regardless of that, it's like that's still time that we're spending away. I'm working, he might be at home. Granted, he goes to the bar, so there's more time that we're not together. But you get what I mean. And so, I kind of like right now, like he's at work, I'm at work. But then, when he gets off work, we'll be able to spend like the rest of our time together. I like that thought. Anyways, I kind of rambled there.
Hey,
A lot going on. So like I said, I'm guessing we're going to see Georgie win the fall finale in the next episode. Otherwise, I don't know, maybe they would start it with season 12. It always seems, though, that when a season ends and a new season begins, that there is a gap of time. We'll probably see her, because the next episode makes sense since she's been working so hard on the fall finale pretty much the entire season. Like I said, I hope she gets back into trick writing because she really does love it. Hopefully it's just, she's working on the fall finale with show jumping. When that's done, then she'll be like, okay, I'm going to go back to trick writing. But I said not to trust Peyton. Like, I knew something was up with Peyton. I wish that she could have been a genuine friend to Georgie because Georgie needs that, And it would have been nice for Peyton to be like, to have her snooty rich friends and for her to basically just be like, hey, you don't know Georgie the way I do. Georgie's cool. But of course, they look down on her because she's just a ranch girl, does trick riding, and they mentioned about the horse being a bronc. And Georgie was like, but that was accurate, So she was able to kind of put them in their place when they were like, be a bronc, because they looked down on them. It's like, it would have been nice if Peyton could have really been a genuine friend to her. Like maybe she didn't post the video, but she found out who did and talked to people, And she posted the video and I was immediately suspicious when she had mentioned it to her because I was like, okay, why would you mention it otherwise? Maybe Georgie never would have found out about it. But one thing that they should have mentioned to Georgie when she was talking about quitting is they should have said, you know what, that's what they want. They want you to quit, which is why you don't quit, because you show them that you are not going to be intimidated. You're not going to be bullied by these people because they want you to fail. And that's when you succeed, because success is the best revenge. And even if you don't win the fall finale, showing up, that shows strength. And they can't handle that. That's something that they should have said to her. Thank you for joining me for this reaction. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button and subscribe for more content. And follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Shout out to my editor. You can catch her link in the description for all of your editing needs. She is excellent. I will see you for episode 18, the season 11 finale, in a little bit. Bye.